badly need a makeover. It's been 6 weeks since I colored my hair with the purple splat color. I have this much of that purple hair color remaining. It was gorgeous when I first colored it. It actually faded nicely into a pink color. It's so much easier to work with this peroxide than it is to work with the color. That color just goes everywhere. It's crazy. I'm not concerned about getting the bleach in other places the way that I am when I'm working with the color portion of this. Even if the peroxide gets on the colored portion of my hair, once I've lightened my roots, I'm just gonna be adding more color anyway, so it's not that serious. And my skin is not sensitive to peroxide, generally speaking. I am so excited to see how the blue is gonna look. Since my eyes are blue, I think that having the blue on my bangs especially is gonna look awesome. It is hard to work with long hair, that is the truth. Looking good. I'm hoping it'll only take about 30 minutes for that to lighten. The hair on the sides is already lightening. It's only been like 10 minutes, so this is going really well, I think. I'm gonna give this another 20 minutes or so, and then it should be ready to rinse out. I've washed out the bleach. Now I'm going to dry my hair and I'm going to apply that purple color that I have left to the bottom of the hair, and I'm gonna put that blue, the new color that I've never tried before, onto my bangs and the portion of my hair that's the closest to my roots. My hair is all dry now. I let it dry naturally, and I actually went out and got my dimple piercing jewelry changed out. I'm back now since it's super late and I've got tons of stuff to do in the next 2 days before we move on Saturday. I've decided to go ahead and mix that purple that I had left over from the last time I colored it with the new blue color that I'm trying for the first time. I really have no idea what this is gonna look like, especially over the pink, but I'm open to experimenting, and I think it's probably gonna come out looking pretty good. This is the purple dye left over from the 2 splat kits that I used 6 weeks ago. I'm gonna mix that with the new blue shade. The shade that I'm using tonight is actually called Blue Envy. It's another splat color. Splat colors are difficult to deal with because they're so messy, but they look so pretty. I really only have experience with the purple, but because it faded to this beautiful color of pink, I think it's beautiful. I was really happy with it, and I'm just really interested in seeing how the remnants of that purple that I have left will mix with this blue, and hopefully it will be gorgeous. I have not put any Vaseline or any kind of skin protectant on my face. I haven't tried to cover up the blonde on the sides with anything. So I'm really just gonna try very hard to keep this color strictly to the longer hairs and my bangs without letting it bleed onto my skin or onto the shorter shaved sides of my head. I really don't want to get this on my scalp. It literally took me 2 weeks to get the color off of my scalp last time. I'm just hoping that the more I do this, I get better at it, honestly. I think it's probably like most things where you just have to kind of get practice. Even though I wasn't able to get color on every single strand on the top of my head, I'm using a bunch of the dye. I want to make sure there's enough to do the longer back strands that I've got, and it's super important to me that I don't get any color on the sides. It's a look I'm just trying. I don't know, I might not like it when it's done, but I don't want it to look like an accident that I got color on some of these strands. I want to make sure that I keep that color contained to the center area. Because the color in these bottles tends to settle at the bottom, if you put it on its cap and then come back about halfway through your coloring job, you'll find that you have at least 30% of the color still left in the bottle. I've had to do that because I ran out of color and all of my strands are not covered yet. So I think I'm probably gonna end up with some patches that are mostly blue. And I did get some color on the bleach side of my head that I didn't want to get color on, but I think it's still gonna look good. I'm trying not to panic too much about some of this blue. It's nothing compared to having that blue on your scalp, I would guess. Gotta be careful that I don't back up into this painting. I haven't gotten any color on the sink or the floor, so that's a win. I'm gonna leave this on for about 45 minutes. I'm gonna try to clean up some of the spots on the side here where I've got that blue. Then we'll wash it out and see what it looks like when it's dry. Whoa! I totally was not expecting this blue to take over. There was some purple dye mixed in there, and so I kind of thought it would be a little bit lighter. I love it, I definitely love it, especially at the roots and on my bangs. It's a lot brighter, and I'm really excited to see what it looks like in the sun, because usually in the sun my hair looks like, I mean, it's just beautiful, just gorgeous. The length of it tends to make it look almost like it's fake, and I love that. The color, I think, matters a little bit less than how I style it and the length of it. This blue is just a lot darker than what I was expecting, so I really have no experience with blue. I think it might fade to green, I'm not sure, but I definitely like the really vibrant parts. I definitely am gonna consider this blue to be a win. Also, wait for it, wait for it. I got the size right this time. Yes, if you saw my video last time, I literally had that dye so caked in the sides of my head. I just did not know how to color shaved hair with a bright color. Now I know I don't want to deal with it. I definitely don't want that dye to be touching any of my scalp if I can possibly avoid it. What I've done with this style is that I left the bleached portions blonde and I didn't color them on either side, and so now I have what I think is a really cool two-tone look. I like to wear my hair half up, so that's probably what I'm gonna do today. I love this. The blonde color is not gonna last as long as the blue will. Eventually that will grow out, and when you can start to see those brown roots, I'll cut it a lot shorter. But I think that when your hair is blonde, it kind of looks like it's shorter when you have these shaved sections. So because it doesn't look too long and shaggy to me anymore, I'm not gonna worry about trimming it right now. I will, however, be trimming my bangs because my eyes are blue, so I definitely want you to be able to see that. And especially when I flat iron my bangs down so they're not like super poofy, you kind of can't tell that I have blue eyes, I don't think. I'm just so excited that these sides look amazing. Honestly, the last time I colored my hair, it was 2 weeks before I could really pull my hair up in a ponytail. And since we're moving in 2 days, I have to be able to wear my hair in a ponytail and not have dye running down my face when it gets all hot. I love the fact that the roots are so vibrant and bright, especially around my bangs. This is basically the color and I love it. I love it. I'm surprised it didn't come out to show any of that purple. So just a lesson learned that blue is a very dominant color, but I'm happy with it. I think it looks really cool. It's a different look. We'll see how it fades. It's definitely not as vibrant as that purple was, but I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
You.